and this is my mother's response to it. And so, you know, we don't really need to talk to them. They're the ones that said they were walking out.
They're telling us that they're not walking out. They said they're just trying to figure out if they have a job or not. They said they'd like to talk to you, if possible.
Well, I don't really
want to either tell them that they're fired or
they have filed charges on me, and they have called for criminal mischief on me. Okay. And the lawyer told me to stay away from them.
Okay, so they were paid on Friday, right? Okay. Are they still employed here, or they're not employed here?
Not really.
That's not an answer, Susie. Hold on.
The letter says we were going to have a family talk.
Hold on. I'm not worried about this letter, okay? Because, here, I'm going to give it back to you. 1 hour ago, about when I talked to you in the side lobby, you told me that all the employees received the letter of termination on Friday. Now you're saying they received this letter laying on the counter.
I went to Mother's and just got the letter. I didn't have the letter.
Hold on. Did they receive a letter Friday or not?
That's what we put it on the front counter. This letter was the copy. My sister and my brother came here and put it on the counter.
Which letter?
This letter right here.
Okay.
And that was at.
But that's not a termination letter.
No, but we thought they were gone.
Okay. When did that get put on the counter?
Let's see. Friday afternoon after we left Ricky's office. So.
Okay. And when did the locks get changed?
Last night.
Okay. Who changed the locks?
I hired a locksmith.
I need their name.
Mother.
Because I'm investigating a theft too right now.
What kind of
theft? So whoever changed the locks is probably going to be my suspect.
Well, it was, I don't even know what, I can't remember what name it was. Hold on, let me toss this up.
The thing is, you told me Friday, or you told me a little while ago that all the employees were terminated. Right?
Well, after they walked out,
well, they said they worked Saturday.
Terminated. Well, we don't even work on Saturday. I've
never
they
did
some. They said that they did a peace rally in Tyler at Burkeville Park.
On Saturday.
I didn't know. I wasn't here Saturday.
With the radio station, though.
Okay.
I mean,
they
worked.
The easiest, well, I understand your attorney said I don't want you to have contact with them, but they need to know it's either yes, I'm employed, or no, I'm not. That way, we don't have to come back here and you have people going, what do we do? What do we do? Well, as the leader, as the boss of the company, if you walk over and say, you're all terminated, we're done, and then you go ahead and issue them their walking papers at the same time, but at least that's something definitive on their part. They can say, I don't have to drive up here anymore because I no longer have a job.
I mean,
well, they do not have a job, and they are terminated.
but that has to come from your mouth to their ears. It can't come
from
ours.
Who is the boss?
Well, Dorothy Waller, but she gave me power of attorney.
Okay, but
and
who has
the
right to hire and fire?
Bill did, but he's fired.
I mean, right this minute, who has the right to hire or fire?
Waller.
Who does?
My mother.
Then she needs to come up here.
She just fell and she injured her leg, but I can go get her.
Where's she at?
She's 83 years old. She's at my sister's house.
Oh, is your sister there?
No, she's teaching, but the maid is there and the 2 kids.
So if you call your sisters...
But you've been given power of attorney, is that correct?
Here's my power of attorney.
Okay. So you can make decisions for her then, is that correct? Okay.
If I call your sister's house, will your mom answer?
Yes.
Because, like I said, what we need to do is get this worked out one way or the other. If they're terminated, they're terminated. That needs to come from your mouth to their ears, so that they're not coming back up here.
What's the phone number?
903 586 0417.
Because if you're telling me you don't have the power to fire anybody, then you can't say they're fired.
I have the power of attorney that gives me the right to hire and do whatever I want to do and sell it, and that's what we're doing. Because they've bankrupted. My brother has bankrupted. And so we are in trouble. The taxes are 3 months past due, and Mother is tired of pouring money into it. He's taken millions out of it and just nearly left her broke. And she's too old for that. She's 83 and...
Yeah, because the easiest thing to do would be to say, okay, this is my intent. I'm going to contact an attorney, which I already have. I'm going to sell the building, and we're going to close the station.
Right.
If that's the case, there's no point in them coming down here. You might as well go and say, you're fired, go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, this is no longer be employed.
Because it will be sold Wednesday. They're working on it right now.
Yeah, because right now they think they still have jobs. They're not sure because they haven't been told anything.
Well, they didn't tell us they weren't leaving.
Right. Well,
when somebody writes you a letter and they all signed it and said they were walking out, we did Plan B.
Right. Well, and like I said, your plan is to terminate them, then that's what you need to say to them today. You're all terminated. If you have power of attorney and your mother's in agreement on termination, then that's something that you need to make clear to them. That way they're not coming back to your building. If your intent is I'm selling the building, we're done, then tell them that so they go seek employment somewhere else instead of coming here thinking they have a job.
Okay. I got mother's cell number too.
Because I have a feeling we'll continue to come back until they get the message either yes I have a job or no I don't have a job.
Okay.
But yeah, they said they've sent a letter to you. They tried to talk to you. They come to your home. They called you.
Yeah, their exact words were, if you don't give the radio station to Bill Waller, we're all walking out, and that's extortion. Hey,
and
Mom,
that's fine.
I'm here with the police, and all the employees are here, and I told them that we're not going to need them anymore since we're selling Wednesday, and we thought that they quit. They wrote us a letter that they quit. So I need you to talk to the police officer because we are selling Wednesday, so we don't need them back. So here he is. Hold on.
Miss Waller? This is Officer Doctor with the police department. How are you doing? Okay, well I got called up here to the station a little while ago because the employees were locked out. Well, Britt. Okay. Well, apparently they went out Saturday and did a benefit up in Tyler with the station, and then they're saying they came in this morning and all the locks have been changed. And then, okay, well, the side door was left unlocked, and apparently somebody went in and covered up all the cameras. And the first office as you walk in, they cut the lock off of that office and apparently went into the safe and took all the petty cash out of it. No, ma'am. And that's been done since Friday night. So I don't know I really don't know what's going on, but you've got a ton of DJs and employees sitting outside on the sidewalk wondering if they even have a job. Okay, are you actively selling it right now, or? Okay. What do you want me to tell these employees? Okay. Well, apparently I think they just wanted to. I don't know what the letter said. So, one of the employees told me that one of the radio stations is completely off the air right now, and they have no way to get in there because the locks to that room have been changed. So I don't know. Apparently, you've got a station, one or two of your stations that are dead air right now. Yeah. Well, they said it was working on Friday, but since they can't get into that room to check it, they don't know what's going on. Have you talked to your other children to find out? Okay. Right. Well, I've got, your morning personalities that are here, and plus your son's here. Do you want to talk to him? Well, I mean, the thing is, I can't tell your employees that they're fired. Okay, I can't do it, and I'm sure they're going to have questions for you. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, when we get off here, I'm gonna tell your son that he probably needs to call you. Okay. And do you want him to call you right now so you can talk to him about the employees' jobs? I mean, because right now, who has now? Does Susie have power of attorney over you? Because she's got some type of piece of paper that says power of attorney. Okay. Okay. Do they need to wait for a phone call from you, or you know, they, do they need to clean their offices out? Do they need to go ahead and get their personal belongings out? I mean, you don't have any bad feelings towards them, correct? I mean, they're not going to do anything. You don't think they'll do anything, do you? Okay. I completely understand. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I just needed to hear from you whether who's allowed to be on the property and who's not. I mean, I figure Bill has a letter saying that he's not allowed to go inside the building. Bill has a letter saying that he's not allowed to go inside the building. But you have 10 employees out here that want to know if you've got 10 employees out here that expected to come to work this morning and can't get inside, so. Right. What do you want to? You want me to tell them anything? Do they need to come back tomorrow? I mean,
How about time?
Yeah.
Mother?
okay. Well, if you don't, I'm gonna let you talk to the station manager. Okay? So you can let him know what's going on. So that it's not coming from me, it's coming from you, which is the owner. Okay? And you can let him know that they can go in and get their stuff. You know. Okay? Alright, hold on one second, Miss Waller. What? Right. Nathan! Nathan!
That's the station manager?
Apparently so. I think so.
Yes, sir.
What's your role here?
I'm the station coordinator.
Alright, Miss Waller's on the phone.
Hi, Miss Waller.
That's Dot.
Hi. I'm May.
You
I'm
said
the station coordinator. I was last week. And I gave
They're
you
all
guys
fired.
a letter.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Miss Dorothy?
Uh-huh. They said right now 2 of them are completely blank air.
Oh, really?
102.3 apparently is coming through all staticky, and because it's been on autopilot over the weekend.
Well, allegedly, we've been told that we were served letters that we were fired. We have not received anything, that we were locked out of the building this morning on our way to work.
Somebody broke into the main office.
And we're not sure what's going on.
Like
We don't know
drilled the
what's
lockout. I mean, there's metal shavings everywhere.
And I'm
From
sorry.
Friday night to now.
I'm sorry that you're having to go through this.
So these people were locked out.
Yeah. Apparently this door wasn't locked up. They did change the locks up.
So where's the
Brothers in the black shirt sitting down, facing us.
So he's with these crews.
Yeah.
This crew.
He was the CEO, station manager up until last week.
What's your phone
what's going
number
on?
So I can,
All fired.
Everybody?
No, not my personal phone.
Apparently so.
For Susie.
Yeah, except for Susie. She's kind of in her right state of mind.
Anybody who give you a call.
Every once in a while, you can kind of tell that she,
To go off.
yeah, but
So what's she gonna let them do?
Okay.
I don't know. I kept asking her.
Okay.
I don't know if
You're very welcome.
if she understands that if they all leave, the radio.
There's no more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you get her phone number?
Yeah, I did.
The 352-6699.
She gave me this one.
it's a
Oh.
phone number.
That's her cell.
Might want to say Rochelle too.
Okay.
Wallace.
Oh.
What are they gonna call her? Sorry, I can't even think. 352-66.
What'd she say?
She said she had no clue what's going on. She didn't know. She said the letter that we gave her that I delivered last week was that she thought that we were going to quit. And she didn't know. She didn't know anything that was going on. And she has no idea what Susie has done.
Yeah, because I told her, I said, well, Susie has a letter saying you have power of attorney. She goes, oh, she does?
She's completely confused. She said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's been.
Coming exclusively?
No, I came from college.
I came from
Okay. Okay.
Brandon's worked for,
Everybody else.
Brandon's worked, been on every radio station.
There's a couple that I haven't been on.
So how's the pay? Is it well worth the money to get into radio, or it's not
No,
worth it at all?
If you're in sales, it's okay.
Yeah, if you sell it, what we try to do is,
You gotta love your job.
They don't really pay very good to be on air anymore. A lot of the other stations have gone to like syndicated, where they don't have live on
Right,
people.
right.
But what we do is, what keeps a radio station operating is advertising.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So all our people that are on air, these guys run the morning show, but when they get through the morning show, they go sell advertising.
Okay.
So that's how.
And
they
you get a
make
percentage of
money.
that?
Yes,
Is how
they
that
get a
works then?
commission. They
Okay.
get a 20% commission on
Okay.
the advertising. It's not, it's a very lucrative commission, So
Right.
For us, being on the air, it opens a lot of doors for us to make those sales, so it kind of goes hand in hand. A lot of
Right.
stations don't let people do that
Right.
because of that power. But, we've got very few people, so everybody has to.
we all have to. I always
Cook
tell
and
them we
wash
don't
and
have
serve.
we don't
I
have
see.
departments. We have we're too small of a team to have departments. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
nobody can say it's not my job. If the toilet starts flooding and you're the one there, then you're the one that grabs the mop. You know what I mean?
See, that's the crazy part about this. We've been putting in 12-hour days for,
In the heat.
oh my God, I don't even know how long. I don't even know how long. Like years.
How long you been working here?
Yeah.
3.5.
We've all
That
made
sounds
great
about right.
sacrifices to keep these stations afloat, and this is actually quite an insult to all of us.
6 a.m., 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays, sometimes till 11.
Yeah. We use our
Well, 5
platform
a.m. if you count the
for the
community.
community.
I don't count the community. That's my
to
time.
bring the community together to raise, awareness for autism, to raise toys for
Holy
tots
shit, I didn't even think about that.
every winter.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all doing anything with the clothing as far as the back to school stuff? Y'all doing that too?
How about the mall? The mall's
Okay.
a big back to school drive.
Okay.
We tried.
It's ours.
That sucks. That's not gonna happen.
We don't know that yet.
I mean, I'm seeing though. If she called the cops on us, I'm kind of seeing the red light.
I know. So we may be at another station tomorrow. So
That's true.
They like these guys that live in the mall parking lot in Tyler until they raise 2,000 pounds of toys and 300 bikes for Toys for Tots.
How long did that take last time?
8 days.
8 days.
In fact, it takes way less than 8 days, but we don't weigh.
Oh yeah, we did 11,000 pounds last year.
Because we want to build the drama. You know, will we get out what we want? You know, it's like
Right.
maybe 1 or 2 days we reach our goal. The bikes takes a little bit longer. It takes maybe like 5-6 days to get the bikes there, but
Right.
Our goal is 300 for bikes. So
you got to go to the gas station.
yeah, probably not a good idea to go inside this station.
But yeah, we do a lot for the community because we're one of the last locally owned stations. All the other stations in East Texas are all part of big conglomerates that own thousands of radio stations and are operated out of.
Yeah, they got away from the family paradigm years ago.
Yeah, maybe, we always thought that big corporate deal
For this
sounded
reason.
bad, but now the family-owned deal sounds
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
If we were at a big corporate place, at least there might be some rhyme or reason to
So you've been in radio for
I've been in advertising all my life. I've been in radio 2 years. These
2
people
years. Okay,
begged
so when
me
you came
to come
here.
work
Okay.
here.
It's been the craziest 2 years of her life.
It has been the craziest 2 years of my life, and my husband just keeps reminding me that the worst thing that'll happen at all this is that I might get my life back.
And that wouldn't be a bad thing.
My husband's retired, okay, and he's 18 years older than me, and he loves to camp, fish, go on, travel, do things and everything. Well, I had my own business, had my own advertising agency, and I was a client of the stations when I met these guys. Well, my husband had just talked me into slowing down my business so we could start traveling. We were going to start spending the winters in Mexico each year. And so then about the time I was fixing to kick the plan in place, Bill Waller, we knew each other through business and thing. He asked for how much of me. And he was like, listen, I got a team of people that are very talented, but they can't work together. They're dysfunctional, I need somebody to come in and fix my team. And I was like, oh man, not me. I'm slowing down. I'm not working more,
Got a
And
911
after about a month and a half, he
I did
convinced
have
me
to
to
call
come.
trains at the cell phone.
I've
Returning to
I've loved
307 Canada,
everyone, and I've
307
regretted
Canada
everyone.
to Jesus Yanez.
I love my
Goes to
team here.
voicemail and callback.
I love my people, and we now have a great team, and we have a great functioning team, but this drama and all this kind of stuff, this has been going on for months.
Negative, just background
Months.
noises.
Ever since Dudley died.
God, it's sad.
Handful. I believe that's in a fourplex. I'll go over and see if anything's going on.
Like way below.
10-4, 203, can you be in route to back with 224?
Running things. Believe me, I will run for radio stations so fast from here on out.
Yeah.
I ain't going to work for another radio station. If Bill Wallace running it,
How
I'll
long
work for
has it
him.
been?
But otherwise, I'll get these guys all jobs somewhere,
Yeah.
and I'm going to get in
219,
my husband's
repeat
camp
that
and head
traffic.
to Florida or something.
Not really sure what.
How long has it been since you made contact with Miss Waller?
It's been right at 5 minutes.
So her and her brother don't talk at all, other than to argue, or is that
Not
how
on
does that
good
work?
terms, No.
Okay.
Bill's been making every effort he can to buy the station.
Yeah, it keeps getting blocked. Even though she wants to sell the station,
She just doesn't want to sell it to him.
and
Which
it's
is
not even his
really
mom.
screwed up.
It's Susie, because she doesn't want Bill to. I don't know, she wants the money, but she doesn't want the work. God. Oh man. She was up here 5 minutes ago. Was that 30 minutes ago?
Has anyone proposed, as far as a larger station, talking about buying them out
No.
and taking over?
The radio station business across the country, like the largest company, Clear Channel, they was it $27 billion in debt?
Oh wow.
No one's buying stations,
The
especially in
other
markets
problem
like this.
The other problem is there's a rule with the FCC, you can only own 4 signals, and all the big companies have 4 signals already, so they literally can't buy the station.
They would have to sell it to a smaller company, and smaller companies aren't buying stations.
As I remember one listener calling and telling us the station sounds like crap.
Who?
It's Sparky.
Oh.
My grandson's 8 years old.
All right.
He thinks he works here, okay? And he monitors the station 24/7, okay? And he is the first one to tell us. He's only 8 years old. But he's the first one to tell us that things aren't sounding right, things aren't sounding good. And right now, one of the stations is still in the air, but it's sounding all. Autumn said it sounded like a cassette tape.
Somebody jacked with the stuff at the transmitter. They didn't know what they were doing. And now it's broadcasting in some kind of weird. I don't even know. Half the
There's
stuff
so
is
many
on,
things
half
in there that were done that I'm just curious why. Like, why were the cameras? There's Susie right there. Why were the
Why would they
cameras?
just yank?
Doc.
Susie's here. Why were the cameras messed with?
All right, let's go spawn it.
She 19 Jerry Sweeney. Shows she's on thing.
10-4.
Do y'all want to come and talk to your employees? Do y'all want to come and talk to your employees?
We left this letter for them on the counter.
Okay.
They had a letter, they sent us a letter that they were walking out. And this is my mother's response to it. And so, you know, we don't really need to talk to them. They're the ones that said they were walking out.
They're telling us that they're not walking out. They said they're just trying to figure out if they have a job or not. They said they'd like to talk to you, if possible.
Well, I don't really.
It's either tell them that they're fired or they're going to allow to
They
stay.
have filed charges on me, and they have called for criminal mischief on me.
Okay.
And the lawyer told me to stay away from them. See,
Okay, so they were paid on Friday, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are they still employed here or they're not employed here?
not really.
Well, I need a
That's not
definitive.
it.
Well, I don't understand.
It has to be a
We were gonna-
definitive.
the
It's
letter
either yes
says
or
we were
no.
going to have a family
on.
talk.
Hold on. I'm not worried about this letter, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because, here, I'm going to give it back to you. 1 hour ago, about when I talked to you in the side lobby, you told me that all the employees received a letter of termination on Friday.
Uh-huh.
Now you're saying they received this letter
Well, I
laying on
went
the
to
counter.
Mother's and just got the letter.
Hold
I
on.
didn't have the letter.
Hold on. Did they receive a letter Friday or not?
That's what we put it on the front counter. This letter was the copy. My sister and my brother came here and put it on
Which
the
letter?
counter. This letter right here.
Okay.
And that was at, we
But
thought
that's
they were
not
gone.
a termination letter.
No, but we thought they were gone.
Okay, when did that get put on the counter?
Let's see, Friday afternoon after
Friday
we left
afternoon.
Ricky's office, so
Okay. And when did the locks get changed?
last night.
Okay. Who
Okay.
changed the locks?
Hired a locksmith.
I
I'm
need
trying
their
to,
name.
Mother.
Because I'm investigating a theft too right
Okay. What kind
now.
of
Okay, so
theft?
whoever changed the locks is probably going to be my suspect.
Well, it was, I don't even know what, I can't remember what name it was. Hold on, let me call some,
The thing is, you told me a little while ago that all the employees were terminated. All right?
well,
Is
after
that-
they walked out,
They
we
said they worked
considered them
Saturday.
terminated. Well, we don't even work on Saturday. I've never
No,
even
they
seen
did
them
They
on
said that they
Saturday.
did a peace rally in Tyler at Burkeville Park.
On
Oh,
Saturday.
on behalf
I didn't
of the
know. I
station?
wasn't here Saturday. We
With the
didn't-
radio
Okay.
station though.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. So
work.
the easiest, well, I understand your attorney said I don't want you to have contact with them, but they need to know it's either yes, I'm employed or no, I'm not. That way we don't have to come back here and you have people going, what do we do? What do we do? Well, as a leader, as a
Okay.
boss of the company, if you walk over and say you're all terminated,
Yeah.
we're done, and then you go ahead and issue them their walking papers at the same
Yes.
time, but at least that's something definitive on their part. They can say I don't have to drive up here anymore because I no longer have a job.
Right. Well, they do not have a job, and they
Okay,
are
but
terminated
that has to
soon.
come from your mouth to
Okay.
their ears. It can't come
who
from
is-
ours.
Who is the boss?
Well, Dorothy Waller, but she gave me power of attorney,
Okay, but
and
who,
I've
who
entered
has,
into a sale of
who
the whole
has
company.
the right to hire and fire?
Bill did, but he's fired.
I mean,
Okay.
Dot Waller.
right this minute, who has the right to hire or
Dot
fire?
Waller,
Who does?
my mother.
Then she needs to come up here.
She just fell and she injured her leg, but I can go get her.
Where's she at?
She's 83 years old. She's at my sister's house.
Oh, is your sister there?
No, she's teaching, but the maid is there and the two kids.
So if you call your
But you've been given power of attorney, is that
So
correct?
yes, here's
So
my power of attorney.
okay. So you can make decisions for her then, is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
if
Yes.
I call your sister's house, will your mom answer?
Yes.
Because like I said, what we need to do is get this worked out one way or the other. If they're terminated, they're terminated, and that needs to come from your mouth to their ears so that they're not coming back up here and coming in onto property that they're not allowed on.
903-586-0417.
Because if you're telling me you don't have the the power to fire anybody, then you can't say they're fired.
I have the power of attorney that gives me the right to hire and do whatever I want to do and sell it, and that's what we're doing. Because
Okay.
they've bankrupted. My brother has bankrupted. And so we are in trouble. The taxes are 3 months past due, and mother is tired of pouring money into it. He's taken millions out of it and just nearly left her broke. And she's too old for that. She's 83 and
Yeah, because the easiest thing to do would be to say, okay, this is my intent. I'm going to contact an attorney, which I already have. I'm going to sell the building, and we're going to close the station.
Right.
If that's the case, there's no point in them coming down here. You might as well go and say you're fired. Go work somewhere else because
Yeah.
this is no longer be employment
because
for you.
it will be sold Wednesday. They're
Yeah.
working on it right now.
Yeah, because right now they think they still have jobs. They're not sure because they haven't been told anything.
Well, they didn't tell us they weren't leaving.
Right. Well, as an
When somebody writes
as
you a letter and they all signed it and said they were walking out,
okay.
we
Well, like
did Plan B.
Right. Well, and like I said, if your plan is to indeed terminate them, then that's what you need to say to them today. You're all terminated. If you have power of attorney and your mother's in agreement on termination, then that's something that you need to make clear to them. That way they're not coming back to your building. If your intent is, I'm selling the building, we're done, then tell them that so they go seek employment somewhere else instead of coming here thinking they have a job.
Okay. I got mother's cell number too.
Because I have a feeling we'll continue to come back until they get the message either yes I have a job or no I don't have a job.
Okay.
But yeah, they said they've sent a letter to you. They tried to talk to you. They come to your home. They called you.
Yeah, their exact words were, if you don't give the radio station to Bill Waller, we're all walking out.
Okay.
And that's
And
extortion.
and
Hey,
and that's
Mom,
fine.
I'm here with the police, and all the employees are here, and I told them that we're not going to need them anymore since we're selling Wednesday, and we thought that they quit. They wrote us a letter that they quit. So I need you to talk to the police officer because we are selling Wednesday, so we don't need them back. So here he is. Hold on.
So you're closing as far as your sale of the building on Wednesday. Is that correct?
The building, we'll lease it back until we get completely sold, but they're entering into a contract Wednesday on an LMA.
Okay.
And so they're paying us a down payment, and then they're going to have to help pay our bills, which we have liens all over the place. The company has no money. It's minus. And so my brother did this so he could buy it cheap. He crippled it to buy it cheap, and that's why we're in this mess. And he threatened Mom. He said, if you don't give me the stations, we're all going to leave. And they put it on paper. We took it to our attorney, and he said, I'd fire every one of them. That's what Ricky Richards said. And but there's not going to be any money to pay them because.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I think when they got here this morning, when they saw the side door was open, all the other ones were locked, and the locks had been changed. I think they were like, well, we're just going to go ahead and start our morning show as usual because they thought they had employment.
The side door wouldn't open. They broke into it.
Okay, well, there's no damage to the door, and we walked right in freely.
Yeah,
so
somewhere else.
So they said everything. There was homeless people on the back here sleeping. The other door was locked, and this one was open. So they walked in and started the morning show.
No, it wasn't.
They said the key they didn't have, or they have, doesn't work on any of the doors.
No, it doesn't.
So I'm not sure why that one wasn't secured, but they were able to get in.
They were complaining about the air conditioning being
Right,
off.
right.
We had told them at first, before they wrote that ugly letter, that they could take off until we had it fixed, which we're getting it fixed today. But you can't do that because a lot of buildings don't have air conditioner, and that's no reason to get onto my mother about it because it's not her fault because air conditioners go out. But a lot of buildings don't have air conditioning.
Well, I think for them, all I'm hearing from them since we got here is I just want to know if I have a job or if I need to move on. And if you tell them from your mouth to their ears that you're fired, you can go seek employment elsewhere, then I don't think you're going to have to deal with anyone on the sidewalk. Everyone will move on.
Right.
So, but without hearing that from you, I don't think they're not going to take anything short of
my
that.
My life is kind of in danger with my brother because he's mentally ill and he's threatened me too many times.
Take her around in the back because he's threatened to kill her.
Okay. Well, he's here. He's been sitting on the ground with them and talking. But like I said, every one of them have said the same thing. Are we hired or are we fired? What are we doing? They said we got our check on Friday, so we assume we're still employed. But if she says we're fired, I just need to know, one way or the other.
That's what you tell them.
my mother can't recover, you know, $500,000. That's what we're minus, and that's what we owe everybody. And it's devastating. They wouldn't show us the books. We had no idea until this week that we have that kind of problem here.
But she just gave him 500,000 2 weeks
Well,
ago.
they're, you know, I know what they're doing. They're hoarding the money somewhere, which we'll never find, and they're gonna. Bill thinks he's gonna go buy some big stations and add this to it for collateral, and we can't let him do it. But I've got a contract on the building. The building is gonna sell because, you know, we used to have 19 radio stations. Now we're down to, you know, 4, and we don't need a building this big. We need to be in Tyler anyway. It's a deal that Dad died and all this happened. He died 60 days ago. And so Bill thought it would be a good time to steal the stations from Mom because he thought she was weak and crippled. And she can't take this. I mean, it's pitiful. He's called Adult Protective Services on me. He's called the police on me for criminal mischief when I'm doing nothing but trying to sell the building and help Mother get on her feet, you know. She didn't need to hear, oh, we got to pay that all the sites have liens, ad valorem liens on them, and the building was on the courthouse steps fixing to be auctioned off. And he didn't even tell Mom. It's been like that for 3 years, and it's fixing to be gone, but he was going to go to the courthouse and buy it cheap. That's what he's going to do. It's a plan, it's extortion, and I should file with the FBI on him, and I may do it. I don't know.
I think, like I said, short term is to just let your employees know if they need to come here anymore or not. You and your brother, y'all have that, you know, whatever between the two group. For them, like they said, we're just caught in the middle. We don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry they don't, but we did put a letter on the front desk that they should have seen, and we asked them to call us, you know, and we'd have a meeting together because we, you know, those threats and stuff. They said we were walking out. Period. That means they quit. Yeah, and we've got it on paper. I mean, and they all signed their little names.
Right.
So why would they think they still have a job if you quit? If you did that at the police station, wouldn't they take it that you're gone?
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm walking out at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
That's quitting. That's not getting fired. And we're taking it to the workforce and show them what they're doing. So if they have any questions, they quit. Is the problem. We did not fire them because we didn't have to fire them. They quit.
So the letter that they sent you was that if you don't give the property to your brother, that they're walking out at 9 o'clock on Friday.
We can get that letter from the attorney.
Yeah, Ricky Richards has the letter, and my whole family went to Ricky Richards, and we've got like 4 lawyers helping the family. We're just trying to stop the bleeding from my mother. She is, I mean, she's 83. She doesn't need to hear all this. I said, Mom, I need $4,000. I've got to go pay the debt, or they're selling our building on the courthouse steps. I found out because I'm a realtor, and I was looking at the appraisal district to see the, you know, square footage and everything of the building so I could lease it or sell it. Well, I found a buyer, and I started looking, and it had water, all of it was past due, and I started looking, and it's 2 and 3 years. All of it's fixing to be sold on the courthouse steps. So it's a nightmare for us. And if they were doing great and and the station was doing great, we wouldn't have a problem. But don't call us with threats and try to do extortion on us and make us give the radio station to Bill. It's not fair to the other kids. I mean, I've been in radio 30 years, a lot longer than Bill, and it was taken away from me. They fired me. Took my insurance away, so I don't have health insurance now. And, I mean, I really can't like them because they all hate me. Bill's turned all of them against me, so that's why I don't want to be around them. And if they can't make any money, I mean, we can't keep paying and paying because it's going to go into her personal, and then she's not going to have a place to live. And he wanted her to do a reverse mortgage on her house so he could sell that, but we've already sold the Tyler office, the Longview office, the 5-acre lake property, and given him the money. That's what Mother did because she thought she was helping. But he was just extorting it. He was just taking it from her. It's not me doing anything but helping Mother. That's all. That's all I do. bet they got a locksmith down here in the meantime while they were here. Or something, because if it,
Who is it that you said changed the locks out?
the guy out of Longview, Lock Docks, and I've got his bill at the house, but we had to pay him to change the locks on it because there's too much corruption up here. I mean, and Bill's not in charge. Bill has been fired. He was served papers this morning at 8
Bill
o'clock.
was?
Bill Waller, my brother.
Okay.
And he was like an employee here, but he is fired.
Okay.
So they can't file charges on me for
Well,
anything.
that letter's in the back here, that other letter.
Okay.
Being fired.
Okay, get that letter.
Well, you don't have to do that. Like I said, I believe you. I mean, I don't question
well, they can't
because they said
file-
the same thing. They said that Bill was just fired.
Right.
All of them have
So
just
I
said
don't see
that.
what
So
they think they're going to do to me. We didn't steal anything. We took the books and the records to my mother because she's entitled to see. If we've got collections out there that we can go collect and pay some money to keep it from going under, we got to do it. But luckily, I did find a buyer within 48 hours that will buy them and go ahead and do the LMA to start the work and get it out of her name to protect her. And they will pay all the debt too. So if we don't do it like that, then Bill will protest it and it'll stay hung up for a year with the FCC and she'll be bankrupt completely. He's not a very good person. He is very evil. He didn't even come see my daddy when he was sick. There's that. I mean, I don't know. It's true, it's sad. It breaks Mom's heart because she'll never probably see her son again, but she lost him a long time ago. That's all I knew.
yeah, it's in bold print. Says it right there. Would you be willing to meet with them without your brother? If we were to keep your brother over there with us while the employees came to talk with you, would you let them know what's going on? I don't think they're necessarily harbor any ill feelings. They just want to know what's going on. It's either they're allowed to come here or they need to move on. If you want to tell them that I had a letter from you said you terminated.
Well, the only thing that I know is that they sent us a letter that they were walking out, so we made other arrangements.
That's the only
Okay.
thing.
Like I
That's
said,
all I can tell 'em.
it's your choice, but like I said, I think they just want to hear something from you. It's either yes, we're here, or no, we're not here. One way or the other.
Don't mention the sale.
Okay.
If you want to have that meeting with them and answer their questions as to what they're supposed to do away from your brother,
Well, my
like I said,
lawyer-
I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, my lawyer advised me not to.
Okay.
And so they've been given a letter, and that's what the lawyer wrote up for them to see. But they had quit.
Okay.
And so Mother was nice. She
He's gonna get
said,
that letter from the attorney.
Well, the only thing we need to do is if you need to contact your attorney and ask him what you need to relay to them, seeing that they're here on the property. It's here's what I need
well,
you to
they're
tell
not
them.
coming back. They quit. We made
Okay.
other arrangements, period. We've
Okay.
already hired other people.
Okay.
So why would we
So-
need them? They quit.
Okay. So your position is they sent you a letter saying they quit on Friday
At 9 a.m.
at 9 a.m. Since property wasn't turned over, your letter states that they would walk out. You assume that they did, and their positions have been all of them have been replaced.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
That
Okay.
is the truth.
But
We
they weren't
are-
fired. They were just made 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to have that meeting with them or no?
That
No,
letter?
my lawyer told me not to.
Okay.
No, they can get.
Let me
they can
go
send-
see where he is on the phone call. He could be done already, and they're just talking. But we'll see if we can get this wrapped up real quick. But you no longer want them back here then, since they walked. There's no reason for them to come back.
Right, 'cause they quit. So we
Okay.
don't want them.
Okay. Okay, so what she's saying is that she received a letter from them on Friday stating that if the property and the radio station wasn't turned over to her brother, that they were going to walk out on Friday at 9 o'clock or something like that. Friday came, 9 o'clock came, the property still wasn't transferred to the brother. She said that according to the letter, they terminated themselves, they quit. So I hired other people to replace them. So there's no reason for them to come back here. That's Well, she's saying that there's no reason for them to be here because in their letter they stated they were going to quit as of Friday at 9 o'clock, being if their demands weren't met. So she assumed, well, the demands weren't met, so they quit. So there's no reason for them to return. I asked her if she wanted to have a meeting with them. She said no because her attorney said to not have any words with them.
Dorothy's confused on what's going on. She now leave that unlocked. She's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know whether they need to have a job or not. She kept just saying, I guess I just need to sell it. I guess I need to sell it. Well, she keeps saying it's sold as of Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, that's what she told me.
Well, they just need to go home then. I mean, that's what she just told them to do.
Yeah, go home for the day.
What about tomorrow?
It's going to happen again tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. We're not really accomplishing
Well,
anything.
you're not going to
But
until you
she
figure out
gave
what you
them
want.
his phone number and said if anybody has questions, call me. So they can call Miss Waller and figure it out.
It might be something we have to deal with tomorrow, but it's not our business. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really boiling down to not being our business.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Except for what happened inside.
Well, then that's
What
different.
happened inside?
Some petty cash was taken, I think, is what he's going to. But if the petty cash belonged to the company, it's kind of hard to steal from yourself if she's the owner of the company for now.
What did she say about your job?
She said, as of right now, she said, just tell everybody to go home and enjoy their day off. She said, if they have any questions, to give me a call. I'll try to answer what I can. But she said, I don't know what's going on and I don't know what to do.
Well, Susie's saying Wednesday the sale of the building will be done.
Can I talk to Susie?
She said her attorney advised her not to talk to anybody. But I can ask her if she'll talk to you.
I'm not going to be biased
Right.
because I'm the newest one. I don't know the whole backstory of anything that's going on. All I want to know is why. I don't know anything I just want to hear her side.
Yeah, she ain't gonna tell you.
Okay.
I can answer that one.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to do. Because it's now 15 people that are now
So
out of a
nobody's been in
job.
the building?
Yeah.
We got our personal belongings out.
Y'all do have. Okay. So she told y'all to go home for the day? Is that what Miss
Yeah,
Waller
that's what
said?
she just said.
So that's what
Yeah.
we need to do, right?
Yep.
Well, you're their boss, kind of. You're kind of
Well,
over it.
Angie's our general manager. Bill's was the acting president.
Yeah, I knew that.
So under whatever Angie tells me to do, then that's what.
Well, let me go give the phone back to Susie, then we'll come over there and we'll.
Okay.
You want?
No.
No. I'll show you whoever did it tonight.
Okay, so what she's saying is that she received a letter from them on Friday stating that if the property and the radio station wasn't turned over to her brother, that they were going to walk out at Friday at 9 o'clock or something like that. Friday came, 9 o'clock came, the property still wasn't transferred to the brother. She said that according to the letter, they terminated themselves, they quit. So I hired other people to replace them. So there's no reason for them to come back here.
They ain't hired nobody.
Well, she's saying that there's no reason for them to be here because in their letter they stated they were going to quit as of Friday at 9 o'clock, being if their demands weren't met. So she assumed, well, the demands weren't met, so they quit. So there's no reason for them to return. I asked her if she wanted to have a meeting with them. She said no because her attorney said to not have any words with them.
Dorothy's confused on what's going on. She now leave that unlocked.
I'll leave it unlocked.
She's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know whether they need to have a job or not. She kept just saying, I guess I just need to sell it. I guess I need to sell it. Well, she keeps saying it's sold as of Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, that's what she told me.
Well, they just need to go home then. And that's what she just told them to do.
Yeah, go home for the day.
For the day.
What about tomorrow?
It's going to happen again tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. We're
I
not
don't
really
know.
accomplishing
Well,
not going to
but
until you
she
figure out
gave
what
them
you want.
his phone number and said if anybody has questions, call me. So they can call Miss Waller and figure it out.
It might be something we have to deal with tomorrow, but that's not our business.
Yeah. Right, except for what happened inside. All right, the station manager, whoever, whatever his title is, talked to your mom.
Okay.
She said for them just to take the rest of today off and gave them her phone number so that they can call and find out what's going on.
Okay.
They possibly still have a job, according to your mom.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. You walk in. I don't know what their letter said. This technically is not even a criminal offense. We shouldn't even be here. Okay, but I'm trying to help everybody out.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep it peaceful.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in the building?
Last night.
What
with
time?
the new engineer.
So who broke into the office?
Nobody broke into any office.
No. Hey, Sarge.
We had the locks changed last night at 10 o'clock.
Well, this took longer than 5 minutes, so. All right. That camera's been knocked down. This one's been covered. Okay.
We saw somebody in here today, but it looked like a lady with turquoise pants. Oh, that's what the locksmith did.
Oh.
He did that?
Yeah, so he couldn't. That's all he could do because he didn't have another lock.
Oh yeah, that's to get in the office.
Yeah, we had to get into
Better
the
could.
bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Mother,
Okay.
Mother is 100% owner. She sent us up here. She has got the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's he did it, and he'll tell you he did.
But how'd they get in the building?
Who?
The side door was left unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was not unlocked.
The locksmith locked it.
There's no damage to the doors, so.
Unless they had a locksmith come back and change it. But
No,
that
because
key
that key
worked?
just worked.
I don't know.
Well, whoever did it took money out of the safe, so.
There wasn't any money in that safe.
Here's the deal, okay? All of this is what we call a civil matter. A civil matter is not criminal. We deal in criminal law,
I see.
okay? Like I said, the only reason we came out here was to try to keep the peace.
Yeah.
Apparently, they said there's a room upstairs that runs the stations. Apparently, you have 2 stations right now that are down,
Well, we got
dead
a new
air.
engineer.
Well, they're complete dead air right now. I'm just letting you know what they
We
said.
did that so they wouldn't put anything on there to get us an FCC fine.
Okay.
And we're changing the format.
Who's the new engineer?
It's with Sands Hawkins, is who it is.
When are they going to get that station back up and running?
Real soon, as soon as they can. They've got something wrong with it and they're fixing it.
Okay.
It takes a little time when you have to fire somebody. He was like threatening my mother.
We
and
can
stuff,
step back
so
outside since it's.
That is so why you do that. We're in compliance with the FCC though. We're doing exactly what we're allowed to do.
If they show up again tomorrow, there's not a whole lot we can do. Okay? According to your mother, they're not fired. She didn't fire them right then.
Can they tell them not to go into the building until they talk with Doc?
No, they don't have a key to get in.
They got in. That door was not unlocked.
They probably had a locksmith get them in, is all I know. Because that's what they did. They locked me out the other day and I wasn't employed. So. Yeah,
Miss Waller did say they could get their stuff out.
Wait till the air conditioner's fixed because it's too hot.
So, wait till the air conditioner's fixed. When's that going to be?
Today.
So
They
when can they get their stuff out?
We can meet with them tomorrow.
What time?
9 o'clock would be good.
Okay. If you don't show up here at 9 o'clock, if you're arranging that meeting, then at 9 o'clock, if they show up and you don't, that means you're holding their property, okay?
Oh,
Then
I
you
would-
can be held criminally,
I know.
okay? But now if they don't show up,
Are you threatening me?
if they don't show up, there's not a whole lot I can do, okay? So
Just a little upset.
I would be too if I lost my job. So anything